Now tell me a little bit about the New England Carousel Museum because I've never been here before, and it's really fascinating to have a museum dedicated to the art of carouseling. Not sure if that's a word, but you know.
Well, we've been here for we're coming up on our 25th year next year. We started off just doing restorations of antique carousels. There's a lot of antique wooden carousels in the area. We still work on them. And over the years, we've built our collection. We now have over 130 carousel horses in the building. And in 2012, we actually got an actual carousel ride. So that's really the centerpiece of our carnival today, and it's a lot of fun.
Where do all these carousel displays come from?
These are from all over the country. People have them in their homes. They donate them to us. Every animal we have in the building was on a ride at some point, and they come, some of them are over 120 years old, and we have some new pieces. And like I said, they're carved all over the country, and some were even from Europe. So,
I wonder, what's the process like, for building a carousel? Like, how long does it take, and what materials do you have to use? Do you know anything about that?
Our carver works here. He still does some original pieces. It takes him about 150 hours just to complete the wood aspect of it. They put together like a giant puzzle, so there's usually up to 100 blocks of wood inside of these pieces, which are then carved down into the animals you see, and then they're then painted with oil paints. So it's a very in-depth process for sure.
Have you tried to build a carousel yourself?
Absolutely not.
You wouldn't do it, but you would definitely show it off.
Give it a shot, yeah.
Now, out of all these displays, do you have a particular favorite carousel?
My favorite thing in the museum is our carousel ride that we have. We also manage the Bushnell Park Carousel in downtown Hartford. That just turned 100 years old this summer, and we're really happy to have that as part of our organization. So that's my favorite carousel in the state.
Now, I'm trying to figure out, where's the origin of the association between carousels and kids riding them? Like, who came up with that idea? Do you know?
It actually started off over 500 years ago as a way to train knights and jousters. They'd spin around on the carousel and have their swords out, and they would actually try to stab targets as they went around. Eventually, they kind of adapted it into a children's ride, and it started to become really popular around the 1880s, and that's really when our collection begins.
Great. And I don't know. I mean, when these first carousels started to be created, were there flaws? Were there accidents? Because they're pretty hard things.
I'm sure there were. In the early days, around the 1880s, 1890s, these were all steam-powered. So there were a lot of fires. They went a lot faster than they do today. So it was a pretty thrilling experience for sure.
We are here in the, I think it's called the Hellenistic Museum?
Yes, to make it simpler, we call it the Museum of Greek Culture. Everybody asks, what is this doing in the Carousel Museum? We have a pretty large Greek population here in Bristol, and it's an interesting time in history for sure. We have these great sculptures around and everything, and, it's just something that is interesting to our organization, and why not?
Now, as part of our game, which is called Where is the Horse, did any of these legendary figures ride horses?
I'm not sure. Probably. I know Poseidon actually rolled around in the ocean, not with horses, but with creatures called hippocampi, or the singular term is a hippocampus, which is half horse and half mermaid.